Welcome everyone to Block 3, and Block 3 is a Lemoyne star. And I love this pattern, but I personally do not like Y seams. So what's cool about Block 3 is they teach you how to put together a Lemoyne star with no Y seams. Yay! So there's a total of 12 blocks you're going to be making out of your color choices from your color swatch chart. The directions I'm giving you today is for one block, and all 12, go together the same way, just different colors. So you start out and you take your 2.5-inch squares and you draw a line 1/4 inch from your diagonal on each side of it. So you sew these down. I don't know if you can see that or not. You probably could see it better on the dark side. I guess I only sewed one side. So it's sewed down so that when you press it open, you're going to get your little half square triangle. So I'm pressing my seams open in this block, just like we did with block 2, because you have a lot that come together. So once you have your seams pressed open, we are going to trim this. Okay? Just like before, we're trimming it to 2 inches. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're trimming it to 2 inches. And you have pretty good trim room on this, about 1/8 of an inch on each side. You also, once again, want to make sure that the diagonal line on your template is on the diagonal line on your square. So you trim that up to 2 inches. And after you have that trimmed up to 2 inches, you're going to add it to a 2-inch square that you cut. You're going to sew these two together, and you're going to end up with a 2-inch by 3.5-inch piece. Okay? The next step, you're going to take a 2-inch by 3.5-inch. This happens to be mine, whatever your color is on your chart. And you are going to take 2 by 2-inch squares of 2 different colors. You are going to take and draw a diagonal line on these squares, and you're going to place it on the edge of this piece, and you are going to sew a diagonal line. Okay? Once you have that sewn, you trim it to 1/4 inch, then press it open. Place your second square with the line, and you're going to sew it here, and it will end like this. Finger press that, and you end up with this piece. So this is kind of like making a flying geese piece, but instead of coming and going the other direction here, you're going the same direction. So really on this little block piece, the only thing you want to make sure you're doing is that they are diagonal to each other. Okay? So then when you get these all made, you're going to be making 4 of these per block, and they should also measure 2 by 3.5 inches. And you're going to take these and you're going to come over here and then come down here, and you have 1/4 of your Lemoyne star. So when you get these sewn together, once again you're going to trim, and you're going to trim to 3.5 inches. And what I did is I took my template, I must have already trimmed this one. Once again, I'm on my diagonal line because I want it to be even. and I trimmed to 3.5. When you have it trimmed to 3.5, you're going to start joining them. So you join these together, and then you make 2 more the opposite direction, and when you sew the 2 halves together, you get your first Lemoyne star. It's a pretty neat way to make it. A lot of times you see it where you're sewing in a diamond here and then you have a Y seam, but this comes out pretty good. You're going to be making 12 blocks, as I said, and they'll be the colors that you are using on your swatch sheets. These will finish up at 6.5-inch square, and when you get them sewn in, they'll be 6-inch finished. So, didn't do too good on that point, but here I have a good 1/4 inch. So I'll have to fiddle around with this one a little bit. It must be a little bit off. But that's how you make the Lemoyne star, block 3. And they go together pretty quickly on this. At first I thought, oh, this is really going to be a pain in the neck, but it really wasn't. It was easier to do than setting in a Y seam. Turned out really good. Once again, just a reminder, if you have any questions, please come into the store and ask for help. And for those of you that don't have a computer at home, I do have a printout of block 3, the Lemoyne star. And thank you very much for participating. Bye-bye.